श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदाङ्कितं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागररघुनाथादितं त्वं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सागरललिता विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपाकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for coming. Anyone remembers how far we did last week? Up to what we have done? Aishma, your memory is very sharp.
I put it on Kali.
18th. Yeah.
I put everything on Kali only.
Oh, this one you did. This also we spoke about Kapidwaja. No. Yeah, this we have spoken. Okay, before that, let's discuss a couple of points, few points, and also probably Rasika Prabhu, if you have any points you add. So today is actually a very auspicious day, appearance day of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur is one of our acharyas in the line of disciplic succession. So when you see, we have four acharyas just above Prabhupada. One is Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and Jagannath Vallabh Babaji. So these are the four. So out of this, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is one of them. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur who is the spiritual master of Prabhupada, is son of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So I made a quick, just 5 minutes slideshow. Let us go through that slideshow. And, oh, this you can present, Prabhu? Google Slides?
Yeah, you can. Slide, click on slide and presentation.
It's interesting. Never tried Google Slides because I was working on my office laptop.
So usually they are slide. Right.
Ah. Yeah. Okay. So this is Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur was born on September 2nd of September in 1838 in Bengal. And the names his parents are Jagat Mohini Devi and Ananda Chandra Datta. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur's name before initiation was Kedarnath. And he lived with his family in Birnagar. And his horoscope showed that he would be a great devotee of the Lord. So that's just an introduction. So when Bhaktivinoda Thakur was very young, small boy, he loved to pick up fruits from the trees back of his home. But he was afraid of going there because someone told him that there are ghosts in the trees. Like especially in the villages, they say that. So, and it also happens sometimes. Ghosts, because ghosts don't have any body. Uh, they need to take shelter of something, so which is a solid. So they just hold on to some of these things. So one day, Bhaktivinoda told his mother that I'm scared to go to these trees because there might be ghosts. And his mother told him that if he chants the name of Rama, then you don't need to fear any ghosts or anything. And the ghost will actually run away. Hmm. And so from that day, he was never scared because whenever he used to go, he would just say Ram, 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 and then he would just pick up fruits. So that is so. He started developing the faith in the Harinam at a very tender young age. And then, while Bhaktivinoda Thakur became a Grahastha and then he was working as a magistrate under the British rule, he was working in a place called Champaran, Bihar. And then we found out about a ghost that lived inside a banyan tree. So people would be scared to go near the tree. So then they all came and said that probably there's a ghost here, bhoot hai idhar, to kya karna hai humko? Then he said, go under the tree and chant Srimad Bhagavatam, and the ghost will get liberated. So they kept chanting Srimad Bhagavatam for 1 month. And when the last words, when they are finishing up Bhagavatam, then there's a big sound, and the tree actually broke, and the ghost became purified and released. So, so like that, a lot of interesting incidents happened in the life of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So this is one more amazing thing, discovering the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Previously, they used to actually say they showed some place and say this was the birthplace, but he did not believe somehow as per the Shastras, it's not correlating. Then one day he used to live in Godrum Dweep. So this Navadweep is 9 islands. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to live in his house in Godrum Dweep. And then from the balcony, he was looking out, and there's Ganga, and behind the Ganga, there's just an empty space. But then he saw amazing structure. So, like a big building, and then which was glowing effulgent. And then he called his son Kamala Prasad, and I said, Kamala, can you see what I am seeing? And his son said, yeah, I can see. There's a Adbhuta Mandir, amazing temple I can see. And then he asked another clerk, and clerk said, oh, I can't see anything. And then, but both the son and himself can see it. So that's how he started searching for the actual birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he went. He took a ferry boat across the Ganges, and he could not find any temple at the place where he saw the building, but he saw a lot of tulsi plants growing. And then he found out that the village was called Mayapur. And then we actually found the birthplace. It's called Yoga Peeth. He named it as Yoga Peeth. Now today, if you go, you can see there's a nice temple, and also that is the birthplace. And there's a neem tree, and it is said that it is under the same neem tree Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born. And because he was born under the neem tree, he is named as Nimai. So, and then so how this was confirmed? He carried Jagannath Das Babaji, who was the best of all the Vaishnavas at that time. And Jagannath Das Babaji was already 100 plus years old at the time. Actually, Jagannath Das Babaji lived for 106 or 8 years. So he was very old. So he has to be carried in a basket to that place to confirm this is the place. And as soon as they went to the place, Jagannath Das Babaji, who needed to be carried in a basket, he got out of the basket and he started dancing in ecstasy, saying that this is the place. So that's how they actually discovered and confirmed that is the place. So this is a nice statement from Vinod Thakur. If one sincerely takes shelter of the holy names of Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna, he will achieve spiritual perfection within the compass of his normal daily activities. What does it mean? Means we don't need to do anything special. We don't need to go give up our job, our profession, or anything. We just continue to do whatever we are doing, but we add chanting to it. So we add chanting as a daily routine to our daily activities. And then while performing the daily activities, we will actually get, Bhaktivinoda was saying, perfection in the compass, spiritual perfection. So you get liberated by just living like a normal army. Means your actions, they look similar to all the other people, what they are doing. But what changes is our heart and our consciousness. So that's what, by chanting. So that's why chanting is so important. And then this is so Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written so many books. He's written some famous book called Krishna, Sri Krishna Samhita, and Tattva Viveka, Tattva Vichar. And then also he's written so many bhajans. And one of the famous bhajans is this one. Jaya Radha Madhava. Anyone knows? Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava. Kunja Vihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha. Giridharidhari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha. Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Dava Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is a prayer we sing every day before Bhagavatam class. And also so many. I think even Bhagavad Gita classes also Sunday, Saturday feast, Sunday feast. We read. And then also evening Aarti also. You know, Prabhuji. Gaura Aarti. Gaura Aarti also is written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Jayo, Jayo, Gaura. What is it? Kiba Jayo, Jayo, Gaura Chandre. Bharati Koshoba Jana Vidata Bhane Jagamana Dakini Tai Chande Pane Gadadara Nikate Advaita Srini Vasachadara. So that's that way also. And then so many other wonderful bhajans he has written. So he wrote about 100 books and then so many kirtans. So amazing personality. So we can talk so much. Actually, we can talk so many days about Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And especially what Bhaktivinoda Thakur did was he has actually revised this Gaudiya Vaishnavism in Bengal at the time. What happened because of all these Muslim rulers, invasions, and everything? When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, disappeared from the planet, and then after few hundred years, uh, the Vaishnavism got corrupted, and so many apasampradayas have come up. Apasampradayas like Sahajiyas. Sahajiyas are like they. What do they do? They act as if they are highly elevated devotees. And they say we read only the confidential pastimes, 10th canto, these four Panch Rasajaya. No, what is it? Pancha Rasajaya. 5 chapters. Rasa Leela. We read only that. And we don't read any other, or Krishna killing Agasura or Bakasura. No, we don't need, because we are actually, they think they say we are highly elevated. And then what they do, they actually do all kinds of nonsense. They do intoxication, they do illicit sex and all these things. So this is one Sahajiya, and then there's so many other Apasampradayas that have come. So that one of the tasks Bhaktivinoda Thakur did was he actually established this Gaudiya Vaishnavism through his books. And also there was a Smarta Brahmanas. They are saying that we are the greatest and all that. So in fact, at one time there was a debate. The debate was between the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. The topic was who is the greatest, the Brahmanas or the Vaishnavas. So, and then also there is discussion about the people commenting about Krishna. Oh, Krishna, he went with other wives, all these things. So to refute all these comments, Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually written this Sri Krishna Samhita. That is actually explanation of actually pastimes of Krishna, which clarifies all these doubts, why he is doing this, all these things. And also this debate, he went, and there was all the Smarta Brahmanas, but Bhaktivinoda Thakur went, and he is actually debated with them, and he's through his arguments, he's confirmed that a Vaishnava is actually greater than a Brahmana. So it just the moment you take birth in a Brahmana family, you don't become a Brahmana. You only become a Brahmana Bandhu. You're just related. But you don't become a Brahmana. You become a Brahmana by actually taking, Diksha and all these things. So, and then he explained through his arguments that a Vaishnava is actually greater than Brahmana. So these are some of the things Bhaktivinoda Thakur did. And then what else he do? Oh, this is the schedule of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So let's start. Okay. Evening. Okay. Top to bottom. Evening 8 to 10, he'll take rest 2 hours. And then he'll get up, and then he'll write from night 10 to morning 4 a.m. And then 4 to 4:30 he'll take some rest. And then 4:30 to 7 he would chant his japa. And 7 to 7:30 he would do his correspondence. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, even at that time, he used to actually correspond, write letters to all the eminent people, and he's even sent some of his books to England and other. There used to be some philosophers. He would exchange the books. He would send, and then 7:30 to 9:30 study the shastras, and 9:30 to 10 he'll take bath, prasadam, half-liter milk, fruit, and 2 chapatis. And 10 to 1 court duty, because he's a magistrate, he worked as a magistrate. And then 1 to 2 is lunch, refresh at home, and 2 to 5 is again court duties. So when you go to his house in Godrum Zvib, you could see there's a railway track. British people actually, they have built a track for him to easily come from his home to the court. So, and then when he was a magistrate, there were so many amazing things happened. Bhaktivinoda Thakur would not tolerate anyone who says that he is, like these days so many people are saying, I am God, I am Krishna, I am Shiva, like that. Like that time also people used to say, and he would not tolerate anyone. And there used to be one very famous mystic yogi called Bishak Sen. Hmm. So this Bishak Sen, he had a mystic powers. He had so much mystic power that he would produce fire from his body. He would actually jump, fall into the fire, and he would get up. Nothing will happen to him. Hmm. So many things he will do, and people would actually think he's actually God. And then he used to have two chelas with him, two, hmm. And he would call them. They are like Brahma and Shiva, and he would say himself that I am Vishnu, and like that he was doing all the nonsense. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually got him arrested. And then Bishak Sen warned him that, what are you thinking? You're going to die, and all those. He gave so many threatening comments. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur he was not afraid or scared of him. He said, anyone who calls himself as Supreme Lord, he needs to be punished like you. And he put him in the jail. And luckily, at one time, what happened? So this Bishak Sen from the jail also, he was doing all this, creating troubles for Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And then one day, all his family members got severe fever. Hmm. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakur's wife came to me and said that, why do you want to fight with that yogi? Better let him go, otherwise our family is going to be destroyed. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that, let our family and myself be destroyed, but I'm not going to leave one who actually is an offender to the Supreme Lord. And then what happened one day, a British officer, he uh, he cut the hair of this Bishak Sen, because it is said that the mystic yogis, they hide all their powers in the hair. So he used to have a very long hair, and one British officer with a big scissor, he came from behind, and then he just cut it. And as soon as the hair was cut, Bishak Sen fell down as if he doesn't even have strength to stand. Hmm. And then he died in the courtroom, like that. So so many other things like that happen. Hmm. So these are all some of the amazing pastimes of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. Any comments or questions? So this is the one of the house Bhaktivinoda Thakur lived. Hmm. So what's the name, Prabhu? Can you read it? Sri.
Vila Bhakti Vinod Thakur's Bhajan Kutir.
ना ऊपर क्या लिखा है?
Swananda Sukhada Kunja.
Sri Swananda. So even if you go today, you can see Bhaktivinoda Thakur's bedroom, his writing table, everything is there. And also Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Samadhi is also there. And a small temple. I mean, on the Samadhi they put his, Vigraha. So it's all there. Every time when we go to Mayapur, we visit Godrundrip, and we pay our visits to this place. So yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. And then, just wait. Oh my God. Next week we'll try something different, but. And one more thing is, today is the disappearance day of Namacharya Haridas Thakur. So Namacharya Haridas Thakur used to chant every day 192 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra. So 2 lakhs names of Lord. So many times he's been tested. One time, this Ramchandra Khan, there used to be a converted Muslim ruler. He got envious of this Haridas Thakur, and he sent a prostitute. And the prostitute, she was very beautiful, and she came to him, and she was in the night time, and she was trying to attract him. And Haridas Thakur said, yeah, I'll do whatever you want, but let me finish my rounds. And just so she was waiting near the doorstep, and Haridas Thakur was chanting the rounds. and he was chanting the rounds. He was just hearing, and 1 day, 2 day, 3 day came, nothing happened. But then she was hearing, and just by hearing that, she got purified. She got purified, and she fell down at the feet of Haridas Thakur and said that, explained everything. I've been sent by this Ramchandra Khan and all these things. So Haridas Thakur gave her initiation, and then he left the place. And she actually became a great saint. A prostitute became a great saint. So that is Haridas Thakur. And then, so today is the disappearance day of Haridas Thakur as well. And also one more. What is it? Special. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is a special day. It's Bhadra Purnima. Bhadra Purnima is a very auspicious day. So, to gift Srimad Bhagavatam or to buy Bhagavatam, if anyone doesn't have Bhagavatam or if anyone wants to donate Bhagavatam, this is a very good day to buy it or to give to someone. And if someone does that, it is said on Bhadra Purnima, one worship Srimad Bhagavatam, but also Prabhu, worship Srimad Bhagavatam at your place. If you have Bhagavatam, give Aarti to Bhagavatam tomorrow. And then, try to buy one set or give to somebody, or you buy. It's only $300 there. Normally 500, but it's $300. But it's like inviting Krishna to your home. So you do nice Aarti to Bhagavatam. So that is tomorrow, Bhadra Purnima. Okay. So that's about things. And anyone? So how many of you are coming for the 1 day retreat? What? आप नहीं आ रहे माता
उस दिन से नवरात्रे शुरू हुए ना, तो हमारे घर में वो अखंड ज्योत होती है और फास्ट रखने होते हैं।
फास्टिंग
मैंने लिखा भी है कि नवरात्रे शुरू हुए।
हाँ, यस आपने बोला ना।
संडे
नवरात्रि 15th या 16th?
15th. But and it's only a 1 day trip, so it's not. Melton se also it will be very close, right? Kitna? How much? That's all. Wow.
25. Sunbury?
Not Sunbury.
It's 1 hour.
Mount
Not Gambia.
Not Gambia. That is South Australia.
It was showing it takes 1 hour.
Takes about an hour. Mount Macedon.
Mount Macedon. This
Macedon.
one goes like 25 minutes.
I mean, maybe depends on your driving. I should maybe you drive very.
140, 60.
One.
the demerit point.
Yeah.
The way I go, it's like 37 minutes from here. From Benton, it's like 25 minutes.
कौन सा एड्रेस देख रहे हैं आप?
Not Macedon. Not Macedon.
No, Mount Macedon को मत देखिए. I'm just giving you like a landmark. But नहीं कैटेट में नहीं पता है. It's called PJL campsite. PJL campsite.
15 minutes.
Dalton.
PJL campsite.
51 minutes from here.
तो मेल्टन से और थोड़ा कम होगा.
Melton is 48 minutes.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. No. Please come. It will be a very nice experience, and also you can take blessings from Maharaj as well.
They'll enjoy Kirtan.
Yeah, Kirtan also. So nice.
देवात्मा स्वामी प्रभु
Devamat Swami Maharaj. Yeah.
हम इनके साथ एक बार वो हरे कृष्णा
मिले थे. Yeah. Same Maharaj.
और बोट में भी जाते
Yes.
हैं।
Yeah. No, I remember when that time the kids are also not born. I think in the city, Crossways, Crossways, old Crossways. On the old Crossways, there used to be first floor. No, Urban Yoga. There is some place used to be. So there they arranged once Kirtan. So we are young, and bacha bhi nahi- so I was dancing so much that 1 hour or something, continuous dancing, and then I suddenly started getting all lights and rainbows and stars and whatnot, So just so as Bhagavad Gita mein bolta na, like when Krishna appeared, in Virat Roop, it looked like 1,000 million suns came at one place, like that. I saw one of them, and then I was sitting on the steps and I was thinking, am I going to live or finish? At that time, Maharaj came out, and then he saw my position and he laughed at me. I said, and then he just went away. So we used to dance so much actually at the time, and that's our. So yeah, okay. Okay. So gave him something to do so that he will not be naughty. Okay, so we've done this one also, Prabhu. मेरे को याद है, verse 20. We discussed about Kapit Bhaja and all that. So, Hare Krishna, Prabhu ji. Another verse, Prabhu. Okay. Yeah, let me see who come here to fight, wishing to.
20 minutes ago,
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Let us see if this one works. Audio. Yeah, it works, but very volume hum hai na. That's okay. Yeah. योत्समानम् अवेक्षेऽहं य एते अत्र समागतः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेर्युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षवः. So let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. So Arjuna is telling Krishna. Next verse. Sanjay Uvacha Evamukto Hrishikesho Gudakeshena Bharata Senayor Rubayor Madhye Sapayitva Ratodhamam. So, we discussed this one. Rishikesha. Krishna is called as Rishikesha because he is the master of all the senses, including our senses and also senses of Arjuna. So that is why it's called as Rishikesh. And then Arjuna is called as Gudakesh because Arjuna is a pastime. One time, what happened was Arjuna was eating, and then suddenly the lamp went off, and then he continued eating because something was in the plate. So, and then suddenly he had an idea: I can eat without looking. So why not I shoot arrows without looking? So he went in the night and he was practicing shooting arrows in the night. And then Dronacharya came and saw him, and he was quite happy that Arjuna is. So he's called as Gudakesha because he won over the sleep. So that's why it's called Gudakesha. And also it is said that because he is taken shelter of Krishna, he is won over the Maya, which is actually like a sleep. Maya puts us like sleep. What does Maya do? It does Pratyapakshaka and what is the other? See, it's called Maya has covering potency and pulling potency. Sanskrit words I'm not able to remember. Covering potency means Maya will cover us complete cover कर देता है, and then you can't see what is actually the reality. बाद में आपको पता चलेगा, अरे why did they do that, क्यों किया मैंने ऐसा, what is it? So that is Maya. It just covers us. She covers us. And also, what does Maya do? Pulling potency. मतलब you are trying to do something good, and she says to, in the mind, she'll say, क्या करते हो, यार, just take rest. You are trying to get up for Mangalarti, it will say, why do you get up? Just have a nice sleep. Why 4:30? You can get up. So it's like you're doing something, it's pulling potency. So covering potency and pulling potency. So how do we get out of it? By taking shelter of Krishna. So that's why Arjuna is called as Gudakesha. He's done both. He won over the sleep and also this Maya. So Sanjaya said, O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both the parties. So this what? Gudakesha. Gudaka means sleep, and one who conquers is called Gudakesha. So Arjuna conquered both sleep and ignorance because of his friendship with Krishna. So as a devotee of Krishna, you could not forget Krishna even for a moment, because that is the nature of a devotee. What does Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita? Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvanta sarvatra mai pashyati tasyaham pranashyami sachamena pranashyati. My devotee sees me everywhere in everything, and I also see him everywhere. My devotee never loses sight of me, neither I lose sight of him. So that is Krishna. And so Prabhupada says, devotee of Krishna can conquer both sleep and ignorance simply by thinking of Krishna constantly. This is called Krishna consciousness or samadhi. So, as a Rishikesha, or director of the senses and mind of every living entity, Krishna could understand Arjuna's purpose in placing the chariot in the midst of armies. Thus, he did so and spoke as follows. Bhishmadrona pramukataha sarvesham cha mahikshitam uvacha partha pashyaitam Samavetan Kurum iti. In the presence of Bhishma, Drona, and all other chieftains of the world, the Lord said, just behold, Partha, all the Kurus assembled here. So here, Krishna is actually the Supreme Lord, but because he is a Bhakta Vatsala, he could understand the heart of his devotee, and as a charioteer, he is actually doing whatever his devotee is asking him to do. So that is Krishna. Okay. Next verse. Tatra pasyat sthitam partha pitrunnata pitamaha acharyam matulam bhartram putran pautran sakim tata swasuran suhrudaschaiva senayor upayorapi. So here, what is happening? Thus Arjuna could see within the midst of the armies of both parties his father, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, and also his father-in-laws and well-wishers. So all this, Pitrun, fathers, Atha, Pitamaha, grandfather, Mauthulan, maternal uncles, Bhartrun, brothers, all this. So, but Arjuna, Krishna see all his relatives. He could see persons like Burishwara, who are his father's contemporaries, grandfathers Bhishma and Somadatta, teachers like Dronacharya, Krupacharya, maternal uncles like Shalya. Actually, Shalya wanted to fight for Pandavas, but then Duryodhana tricked. Shalya came. Someone said Shalya is from Chennai, that area. So he's coming, and he decided to fight, help Pandavas. But then when he was coming, Duryodhana made so many nice arrangements for eating, sleeping, and everything, and he was so happy. He is happy that oh, such a nice arrangements, and he asked who did this, and said Duryodhana. He said, oh, Duryodhana. Okay, because he looked after him so much, I'll help him. That's okay. I'll help him. Like that he said. And Shalya is actually a great warrior. And here what happened is again ego clashes. So Karna thought that Arjuna is having a great warrior. Yeah, I mean, of course, he did not consider Krishna as Supreme Lord. He thought, great warrior like Krishna as a charioteer. I also want some great warrior. And then he said, it's decided that Shalya would become his charioteer. And that was actually a very bad mistake. Because what Shalya would do is, as a charioteer, he is supposed to encourage the one who's fighting. But Shalya would actually constantly demean him, criticize him. He say, अरे what kind of person you are, कुछ भी हो गया तो ऐसा एक arrow miss हो गया तो क्या shooting कर रहे क्या किधर कर रहा भाई, like that. Or he would say, what are you going to do? Arjuna went to celestial, devatas, and he got all the astras. He got astras from Shiva also. What are you going to do? It's your waste. You are going to lose anyway, like that. So, so it was, Karna had a very tough time. So like that. That way, Shalya was actually indirectly helping Pandavas. So, 27. Tan samikyasya sa kaunteya sarvan bandhun avastitam कृपया parayavishtho vishidan idam abravit. Okay, so what's happening here? When son of Kunti, Arjuna saw all the different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed with compassion and spoke thus. So this is what happens when somebody is in illusion, attachment. People are attached. No, you should be affectionate to your children, your family, but you should not be attached. So what is the difference between attachment and affection? If you are affectionate, then you can actually, you will correct, give some correction or do something. But if you are attached, you just let them do whatever they want. So what happens? They do all the nonsense. You let them, bache, small kids. If you are too much attached to them, बच्चे, they ask something, I want slurpee. Slurpee चाहिए? Okay, चलो चलो जाए, and then get it. So instant fulfillment. So like that. So kids, what happens? They get used to it. Instant fulfillment. So they like spoiling them. So they think that whatever I want immediately मिलेगा मेरे को, because मेरा किस्मत ही ऐसा है. So they don't have the patience or nothing to wait these days. Especially, I used to have a colleague. He would say, my son will not have dinner at all. I said, क्यों भाई, dinner क्यों ले जा? Because every day he wants me to get this nuggets from KFC. If I don't take him, he won't eat. He won't eat anything. So that is his dinner. I बोला, यार उनका, it's not good. First of all, so much fried and meat or whatever, it's not good. And I बोलता, but what can I do? He doesn't eat. So that is attachment. Yeah, keep him hungry for one. Then immediately next day morning he will only ask, क्या है खाने के लिए घर पे? Okay, वो भूल भी जाएगा वो. He will even forget what is KFC nuggets or whatever, that. So that is the difference between attachment and affection. Attachment may you become blind. You just do whatever they ask, which is not good for you or for them. So here Arjuna is going through a different scenario, because this is not the normal Arjuna. Krishna actually put his special powers to make him bewildered so that he can speak Bhagavad Gita. So here he saw all his friends and become overwhelmed with compassion, and thus spoke. What did he speak? Arjuna Uvacha दृष्ट्वे मां स्वजनं कृष्ण युयुत्सं समुपस्थितं सिद्धान्ति मामगात्राणि मुकुञ्च परिशुष्यति. What is Arjuna saying? My dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me in such a fighting spirit, I feel the limbs of my body quivering and my mouth drying up. So this is the false compassion. So actually, to be compassionate is the nature of a devotee. There is nothing wrong. And because Arjuna is a devotee, he is developing this compassion qualities. And Prabhupada explains, any man who has genuine devotion to Lord has all the good qualities which are found in godly persons or the devatas, demigods. Whereas the non-devotees, however advanced he may be in material qualifications by education and culture, lacks in godly qualities. So what do you mean? Non-devotees be अच्छे, some people are very nice, they are very cultured, they talk nicely. I've seen one day a very nicely dressed woman. She came, I was just behind her. She came inside in a service station and then she asked something to the service station attendant so nicely, politely, wonderfully, pleasingly. And she explained her, she went off. And then she filled the petrol in the car. And then immediately she came back and she's completely angry and her mood completely changed. I बोला क्या हो गया? She came, she came and said, I think there is something wrong with your petrol. वो तो बेचारा डर गया. No, what happened? He said, as soon as I filled up the petrol, the car is not starting. There is something wrong with the petrol. And then said, what should I do? Can you please call RAC or something? No, that's not my problem. You call anyone you like, otherwise the car is going to be there forever. ये क्या? अरे किसका कार है? क्या है? So this is like, non-devotees. They might be looking nice, they might be talking nicely, but within a moment they just completely changes. So so there's a nice verse here from Srimad Bhagavatam. यस्यस्ति भक्तिर्भगवति अकिंचन सर्वैर्गुणैस्तत्र समस्तसुरः हरौ अभक्तस्य कूटो महद्गुणा मनोरथेन सति धावतो बहिः. One who has unflinching devotion for the personality of Godhead has all the good qualities of demigods. But one who is not a devotee of the Lord has only material qualifications that are of little value. This is because he is hovering on the mental plane and certain to be attracted by the gliding material energy. Manoratena sati davato bahi. So materialistic people, they are on a mental platform. Mental platform means aham mameti, me and mine, my family, my country. Whereas a devotee, even though he's got bad qualities, he's something doing nonsense, still better than a person who's doing perfect. A devotee, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what is that? क्षिप्रं भवति धर्मात्मा शाश्वत शांति निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानाहि न मे भक्ता प्रणश्यति. He says very quickly such a person, a devotee who's got bad habits or doing something nonsense, he will transform and he will become virtuous and he'll develop all the good qualities. At least he's got that. If he's doing chanting, if he's following Krishna at any time he can give mercy and change things, everything for him. But non-devotees, they have no chance. They have only, because the devotee is under the influence of the internal energy of the Lord. Non-devotees, it's material energy. Material energy means we have just seen. So that is, so that's why a non-devotee, they are on the mental platform. So that's why they just get attracted by the glaring material energy. So that's what this is in Canto 5. Okay, let's verse 29. Ve patuscha sharire me romaharshascha jayate gandivam shamsate hastat tvakchaiva paridahyate. Now what is happening? The situation, look at it. Arjuna is saying, my whole body is trembling, my head is standing on my end, and my bow Gandiva is slipping from my hand, and my skin is burning. Hmm? So, Prabhupada explained there are two kinds of trembling of the body and two kinds of standing of the hair on the end. Either in spiritual ecstasy or out of great fear under material conditions. There is no fear in transcendental realization. Arjuna's symptoms in these situations are out of material fear. So, what is it? Namely, loss of life. This is evident from other symptoms also. He became so impatient that his famous bow, Gandiva, was slipping from his hand. And because his heart was burning with him, he was feeling a burning. Remember, there's a joke, So, yeah, what is the joke, Prabhu? A person is actually is consuming alcohol, तो कोई some saintly person कहते हैं बेटा नहीं पीना है, तो क्यों क्या होता है ना पिए तो नरक पे जाएगा. Then he says, but मेरा मामा भी पीता है तो वो भी नरक पे जाएगा, मेरा बाजू वाला भी पीता है वो भी नरक, वो तो और सब लोग नरक में आएंगे तो सब लोग बैठ के पिएंगे ना ऐसा. So like that, Arjuna is saying, oh everyone is oh अगर सब लोग चले गए तो मैं क्या करूँगा ऐसा, like that. न च शक्नोमि अवस्थातुं भ्रमयतेव च मे मनः निमित्तानि च पश्यानि विपरीतानि केशव. Now it's interesting, in all these verses Krishna is called different names. One place is called Rishikesha, one place is called Govinda, one place is called Keshava. And our Acharya has explained what is the significance of all these names. So here, okay, what Arjuna is saying, I am now unable to stand here any longer. I am forgetting myself and my mind is reeling. I see only the cause of misfortune. O Krishna, O killer of Kesi demon. So Keshava means killer of Keshi demon. So Keshava. So why is Arjuna is calling Krishna as Keshava? He's saying that you killed the demon called Keshi. Similarly, I have another demon. That's and you please kill the demon. He said, what is it? The conditioned soul forgets. So here it's excessive attachment for material things puts a man in such a bewildering condition of existence. Bhayam dvitiya binaveshataha. Such fearfulness and loss of mental equilibrium takes place in persons who are too affected by material conditions. A person is, suppose a person is giving up his body or something, so he should be focused on on Krishna, Rama, or some supreme Lord, but then they are actually worried about मेरा business क्या होगा, मेरा ये क्या होगा, वो क्या होगा, मेरा court case क्या होगा, and he's asking doctor, can you please extend my life so that I live for some more days because I want to finish. I am building like 10 floor building. अभी 3 floor ही खत्म हो गया है. I want to wait till 7 floors are finished. All these things. So that's attachment. And then the words nimittani, viparitani are significant. When a man sees only frustration in his expectations, he thinks, why am I here? Everyone is interested in himself and his own welfare, and no one is interested in Supreme Self. Arjuna is showing the ignorance of real self interest by Krishna's will. One's real self interest lies in Vishnu or Krishna. The conditioned soul forgets this, therefore suffers material pains. Prabhupada explains, gives a nice example. See this. If someone falls in water, and if he doesn't know how to swim, then he's fearful. But if he knows swimming, perfect swimming, he falls in water, nothing happens. He just swims. Similarly, if someone doesn't know where he is going, one day there's an announcement. Captain made an announcement that I have a good news and bad news. Good news is we are going at a very high speed, very high altitude. Bad news is we don't know where we are going. Mm. So, like that, if someone doesn't know, if someone doesn't have a knowledge, then he will become fearful. Mm. So that's why the knowledge is very important. Mm. So 31. न च श्रेयो अनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनम् अहवे न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च. So finally, Arjuna is declaring, I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsman in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, get any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. So this is Arjuna is actually showing complete symptoms of one who is attached. So he is saying this. So again, Prabhupada is explaining. Without knowing one's self-interest in Vishnu, conditions also attracted by bodily relationships, hoping to be happy in such situations. So they make a difference. Aham ameti, me and mine, my family, my relatives, but they don't know that this me and my is only for one lifetime. Suppose if someone hates somebody, or someone is proud of some country or some birth or something, next life he might be born on based on his karma. He might be born in a place where he actually hates or the race or that he hates. So it's only one lifetime. So people don't understand this. So here Prabhupada is explaining Arjuna is reluctant to kill his enemies, later alone his relatives. He thinks by killing kinsmen there would be no happiness in this life, and therefore is not willing to fight. Just as a person who does not feel hunger is not inclined to cook. He has now decided to go to forest and live a secluded life in frustration. होता है ना life में when you get frustrated, you just give up whatever you're doing and then just go away, walk away. Life में frustration common है ना. When you get too much frustrated, you just stop doing whatever you're doing, and then you try to walk away, get away from the situation. So do you think if I escape from this, then सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा? But then you have to understand whatever is happening due to your karma. You cannot escape it. You have to go through it. You have to learn experiences. You have to experience it. You have to learn lessons from it. Otherwise, if you try to, you get headache, you take Panadol, pain to jata hai, but headache is coming. Next day again headache, next day headache, 1 month every day you can't go on taking Panadol. There should be some actual reason why you are getting headache. That has to be sorted. You're driving, Aishman, bolo main. You're driving full speed, 140, 150k or whatever, and then you see a red light, in the क्या बोलते हैं?
Junction.
No, not junction. In the car, you get this warning signal or something, and then you think, अरे क्यों आ रहे हैं? चलो ठीक है, मैं ऐसा करता हूँ. You take a bandage, लगाएंगे. चलो close. It won't. I can't see it now. नहीं आएगा. That's not the solution. No. Red light आ रहा बोले तो there's something wrong, and then you have to look into. You have to stop your car and say क्या हो रहा है? Why red light? You can't put a bandage on it and then keep going. So like that in life, if something happens, we have to go through it. We have to accept it. We have to take it. Life is like a challenge. And then, and you don't think that I am actually going to do it. You take shelter of Krishna, and you say to him that whatever you give it to my good. So please help me to get over this situation. And then he will actually take us through in any situation in life. So that is called Krishna consciousness, faith in Krishna. Whatever happens, nothing happens by chance. Everything there is a reason. There is no coincidences. अचानक हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं मतलब जी कोइंसिडेंस को क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में इत्तेफाक से ऐसा इत्तेफाक तो उर्दू वर्ड है अचानक 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 इत्तेफाक दिया हो गया but there is nothing like a chance, everything happens because there's a reason for it. Only thing is we have to realize that, then accept it. And because as long as you deny something, then you won't learn any lesson. For example, if someone has a disease, they should get treated for the disease. If they say that okay, no, nothing happened to me, I'm fine. So you can't deny, you have to accept it. Similarly here.